All right, folks. What is it? Thursday? Happy Thursday to everyone. I know it's going to take a while before people start hopping on, but I've got a special guest here, Jake, which is my cycle sales guy, which is my CRM. And I was just talking to Jake, and I want to tell you guys, apologies for my sniffles today. My allergy is just kicking my butt. So, if I have to excuse myself or blow my nose, just know where I'm where I'm coming from. But before we start, just for some of the folks that are new to my channel, they're just tuning in. My name is Caesar. I started virtual wholesaling last year. In the first 12 months, I did over $100,000 of assignment fees, closed and funded. So just a regular guy who got away from the 9-to-5 grind and is trying to make it happen to create freedom and legacy. So the whole point of this channel is to really provide value, grow together, and inspire each other to action. So no excuses, just moves. So feel free to ask any questions, drop a comment below, smash that like button if you feel like you found this to be valuable. But most importantly, leave any of your biggest takeaway in the comments below. So that said, let's get right into it. Jake, love for you to go ahead and introduce yourself and see where this call takes us. So nothing formal. It's two guys here just chatting it up and see what type of value we can provide you guys.
100%. Yeah. Hey guys. So my name is Jake. I'm also a real estate investor. I wear many different hats, a lot of different things that I've done. I did wholesale for a really long time. We're actually not doing a whole lot of it anymore. We do a couple deals here and there, but our main focus now has pivoted more to the massive volume of rentals that we're trying to do, including some flips and then also business acquisitions. But we still work very closely with a lot of wholesalers. So we closed a little over, I think it was 100, where we've ended up recently is like 170 transactions we've done. I think my team was telling me the other day they tried to add it up and we're somewhere around over 300 or 30 million in real estate closed or transacted on, which is really cool. So we have a lot of experience in the space and we've helped many people do many deals as well. So anyways, we built this product called Cycle Sales. It is a CRM, and our whole purpose in that was to try to make sure that we can make it as automated and easy for anybody to get into this game as possible. I come from a software development background, and so I took some of the really great software out there already. So you guys are going to see we are built on top of the Go High Level platform, but we've added a lot of really cool features on top of it, making it more streamlined, cleaned up, and actually enhancing a lot of the features that are there to make them more optimized for exactly what everybody's trying to use it for. And then we provide, I'd say, some of the best support out there for the software. So cool. So Caesar, where do you want to go from here? Oh, you're muted.
There you go. I was blowing my nose. I had to mute myself. So thank you very much for that, Jake. Yeah, like I said, nothing formal. Let's get right into it. If you want to do a quick demo on the CRM, a lot of folks always ask me, like, what CRM are you using? Why are you using it? So actually, while you're firing up your screen, one of the reasons why I absolutely love Cycle Sales, it's very easy to use. You guys, customer service is great. Actually, I don't even know if I want to say it's great because we haven't really had to call you guys for anything. So I think that's a good news. It hasn't broken down, right? Like I hear a lot of people using other CRMs like, oh man, it's crashing or whatever it is. Never had that problem with you guys. I mean, the only issue I had once was that I couldn't text the word sell, and it has nothing to do with you guys, right? That's just FTC or whatever it is. But I got to work around that. I don't know if I'm pretty sure you know what it is.
Yeah.
I just started using SE capital I, just because it's the same font. It still looks like sell. So that was pretty much it. And then there were a couple of things where we're like, oh my gosh, like we couldn't send any more text messages, but because we text blasted so many people all at once. So once again, it wasn't a Cycle Sales thing. It wasn't like your system couldn't handle it. It's just we're not supposed to be spammy. And so we've learned like the best practices. And so those were the couple of times when we called you guys going, hey, what's going on? And then your customer service are like, bro, like, this is how you do it. And I'm like, oh, so you do a drip where you do like 5 people every 5 minutes or whatever it is. So since then, it's been working pretty great. I love the drip campaign. It just streamlines everything. And I can go on and on and on about it. So I'm going to stop here. Jake, let me know if you have any questions. And by the way, guys, what Jake's about to show you guys, this is, I mean, a lot of these I already do, but I know there are some that I don't know yet because these guys are always adding new features, constantly improving their system. So I'm going to be watching and paying attention just like everyone else is.
Cool. Yeah, let's dive right in. So, like I said, there's some of the guts of this thing is based around Go High Level. So anybody that knows that platform, you're going to recognize parts of it. But I'll do a really quick overview of just a couple of the features, which are really cool. Just for anybody who wants to kind of get a feel for what it is. And then Caesar, if you have any additional questions, let me know. So this is your dashboard. We all know KPIs are so important. This is a demo account, so there's no data in this one right now, but you can see if you go up here, you can build as many dashboards as you want. We've got some premium KPI trackers in there for you. You can edit anything on this page. So if you don't like this, you say, get rid of that. You can add in here other elements. Let's say you want to keep track of the number of appointments that you've got. And you can add this in here. You can drag things around. Let's say you want this over here. It's really easy to play with. So works really, really well. Customize it exactly for your business to keep track of exactly where you're at. And this is where we tell people, hey, focus on this, getting this up and running. The next thing is conversations. So the really cool part about this conversations thing is we can integrate into your social media. We can integrate into your live chat for your website. So we can host all that stuff in here too. We can send out text messages, emails, everything, anything that you want to really connect in here for the most part. A lot of the conversation portals we can connect into, and then all of those conversations are going to come into this one spot. So let me show you. We've got a bunch of just goofy data in here for demo purposes, but you can see it's really clean. It shows in the middle your conversation history. Over here on the right, it's going to show information about the contact itself. And then you can even jump around and look at appointments that are with that individual, any tasks that are due, and adding those tasks as well. And then you can even look at your notes on this contact based on the conversation. From here, I'm going to skip tasks right now because you can see the tasks are, well, actually, let's go to it. We got a task list in here. So you can see you got your tasks that pop up and they can be assigned to different members of your team. And then it gets assigned out there. You can check the status of these. You can mark them as overdue or due date. And a lot of this stuff can all be automated, so you don't have to do it yourself.
I'll tell you this, Jake. I absolutely love that because, well, I absolutely do not like tasks. And that's not like a cycle sales thing. I just don't. But Tom does, right? So he uses that. Like he's always talking, bro, why don't you use that? I go, because man, like then I get way too many and then I get overwhelmed. Like, right? But Tom loves it because he just keeps it focused. So I'm glad that you guys have that feature.
Yeah, it makes a big difference because a lot of people too, and this is one of the things that we've changed around our menus a little bit to try to make it so that people can realize that they can use this and make it easier to get to. One other thing too, it's not going to show it right here, but we have little red buttons, badge icons that'll pop up telling you if you have unread conversations or tasks that are due as well. And the reason why we've done that is just we want to make it as clean and easy to use. A lot of people are switching between here and then they're trying to use Asana or other software out there too. Our goal is our motto is to help people do more with less, right? We want everybody to be able to get more done with less people on the team, less money invested, all that other stuff. So that's our whole goal, is bring as much as we can into one spot, making it as a one-stop shop as we can. So tasks help you out a lot there. Same with calendar management. You can help manage your appointments. You can also see your calendar in here and integrate everything in here. So you can have people book directly in here. So you can replace Calendly. You can replace a lot of these other softwares that a lot of people are already currently using. So cool. On the contact, right? So we talked about in the conversations, you can do all that stuff too. Let's go in here to just like we'll plug Jiminy Cricket. That's a fun one. So in our contact, we've got all sorts of information. You can fill out any of these fields over here. So let's say we need the property information. We can have that filled out in here and all the information that you need to fill out for that. It works really easy and clean to be able to update here. Right here in the middle is that same conversation history, but just with this contact now. And you can see you can send more messages down here. It could be WhatsApp, email, SMS. You can make a phone call right here. And then the other thing too is if you have connected with them on social media, that's when you'll see the social media icons down here as an option as well. Over here again, tasks. And I know, Caesar, you said you're not big into the tasks, but tasks for all the other people out there. And then we've got our notes over here, so you can add notes in here. They're time, date stamped, but who it is. You got the appointments for this person that are booked out. This is really cool. We're going to talk about it in a second, but you can have your documents. So any documents that are sent back and forth, either by email or text message or any of that other stuff, you can have that brought over. So it's stored here, and then it's searchable too. So you don't have to go trying to look through the feed of conversations. It makes it really clean. And then also when you use the contract feature in here, it'll automatically store those documents on the contract as well. So works really.
So Jake, hold on for a second. So this is something that I don't know if it's new, but maybe I didn't know about it. So is this the reason why I'm seeing that you see that blue button on the top right says send contract?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, we use DocuSign to send our contracts, and we're always looking to minimize our costs. So I don't know if you were heading towards that, but I definitely want to know about it.
Yep. So yeah, so when you go here, you can click send PSA, and it's going to go through and it's going to send off. If you have your contract in here set up and ready to go how you want it, you can send it off. So we'll skip down here because you can see we have documents and contracts to be sent out. We've got some pre-filled templates in here, and then you just hit send that contract. It's going to ask you a couple questions to make sure it has the right data in there, and then it sends it off, and it automatically sends it for them to sign it. Once they sign it, it's going to automatically store them with the contact in here. So you don't even have to worry. You don't have to worry about DocuSign or what's it? I heard of Bunny Doc the other day, Panda Docs, all these other ones.
Panda Doc, yeah, that's what I heard the other day. So question for you. So on the purchase sale agreement, and if I'm going too deep into this, let me know. Do we have to fill it out? I mean, I understand we can load up the templates, but as far as which boxes to fill out, do we still fill it out like DocuSign or?
Nope, it has a little pop-up form. I can jump into another account in a minute and show you it up and running for somebody else. I know we have one on the M&A side because we also, for those who don't know, so we service real estate investors and then also people doing business acquisition, so M&A. And then we also service realtors. So realtors who are looking to get us something up to help them manage their leads for on-market deals and stuff too. Wow. So we've got our contract in here. It's going to ask you a couple main. Here, I'll show you.
I guess my question is, because I know on my contacts, under contacts, we put their phone number, their email address, their address, right? And you can have a lot of different information on there. So I guess
pull that stuff automatically. The only stuff it pulls is what's the price that you're extending, what's the EMD, what's the close date, like the specifics of just that offer for the contract. So it's going to ask it. It's going to pop it up here. I'll show you another example.
We got to give this a shot.
Yeah, here, let me show you for our business acquisitions. We have something similar over here. And I know we fully set this one up for, you can see we use the same fun, goofy names, Jiminy Cricket and all that other fun stuff. So right here, again, same type of thing. If within here, if we want to send off a contract, let's say we want to send an NDA, it's going to pop up this box. You just answer a couple main questions on, it's going to autofill. And then you're going to fill out any stuff that's empty that hasn't been filled out. Or if you have an LOI, same type of thing. It's filling out the main questions, and then you just fill in anything extra that's not already there. If you've already filled this out in the contact, it'll auto-populate that. So you don't have to continue to populate it each time. It'll already auto-populate it. So if we had to go in here and put a purchase price of, let's say that this is 700 because it's a business, but 700,000%, ownership, right? And so we'd be putting in here all the little details of what we want, and then we got all the contracts set up, so it's auto mapped there. So, and we work with, again, I didn't talk about this earlier. Let me jump back. You'll see it's on the same one here too, but
yeah, I apologize if I took you off track, man, but I just got excited.
Yeah, please do. One of the things too that we pride ourselves a lot on is that we have a support library that we've been building this out for a little while, trying to record videos whenever people ask questions that are pretty common questions we're getting. This is searchable, so if you have questions around contracts and templates, there you go. There's a video walking through how to set that stuff up. We also have office hours. That's one of the things that we pride ourselves on a lot, is trying to make sure we have the very best support available. So we have office hours that you can hop in. They actually are going on right now. My team is on those right now too. And then you can hop into these, and there's links down here to add it to your calendar and to join them and everything. And then the last thing is that we do have 24/7 live chat support with humans, not just AI bots. So I think when you click on it, it first goes through and tries to see if the AI can find the answer for you faster, just to see if it's got a quick answer for you. But if you just type in human, it goes right to our team. So yeah, it works really, really well. And then, yeah. So here, I'll just kind of keep going down the list really fast, just to pound out a couple things and then make sure we're good. And
Sure.
Actually, wait, no, I didn't finish on the contact, did I? Let me show you.
No.
All right, so in here we've got a couple different things. You talked about sending out the contract. So this is the drop down right here. It would just open up that menu once you have that, once we help you connect those pieces in there. You can set a follow-up. So if you go in here and say follow-up for tomorrow, it's going to add a task, and it's automatically going to tag them as follow-up for tomorrow. You can do a call status update. I really like this because when I'm on the phone with somebody, I want to be able to update it. So I can go down here and say, hey, what type of call was this? Raising capital, networking, seller call, buyer call, whatever it might be. So let's say that this is, well, here we'll say it's a seller call. And then we can go in here and just, it'll auto pull any data from in the file itself. I think we've already filled Jiminy Cricket out once as a buyer call. So let me go to that one for him. Yeah, there you go. So you can see we answered a couple data points in here, and it's already stored them in here for it. So yeah, so it's really cool. So it pulls that data in there so you can just continue to update it, and then it's going to tag and add those features in there. And then you can we have an AI chatbot that's able to handle all inbound conversations. We have some incredibly powerful stuff going on with the AI bot right now that I'm like super excited about. We've got some guys who are doing on-market wholesaling right now because they're looking to get into it for as little money for pulling lists and all that other stuff as they can.
Mm-hmm.
We've gotten their cost per. So one of the guys right now, we just got him up to 11 contracts in the month.
Wow.
And he's averaging $15,000 wholesale fee. I think that or just right below it. His cost per contract, including the software, he's at like 150, 160 bucks a month, or 160 bucks a contract. It's incredible. Wow. Like 15 grand off of 160 bucks invested into it. And so, and the cool part is the AI bot is actually doing the negotiations for him, so that all he has to do is hop on the phone and close it at the very end, and it negotiates till it's within like a $5,000 range of his max offer price. He hops on and then tries to finish the close, and then he goes and sells it to a buyer. And then we've got a buyer's bot that is building his buyer's list for him and qualifying these buyers to make sure that they're the right fit. So it's really cool.
Wow. That is awesome. So it's just texting back and forth between
email and text, both. Yeah. It's doing emails and texts, and you just input the data in there as far as the properties on market. And we're actually working on a portal that should be out beginning of next year that'll actually even bring that portion in here too. So you can pull that data directly in the software too. So, but it's cool stuff. We're pretty excited. So
that is super duper awesome. And by the way, I just want to flash this. I put this on the chat for anyone else that's watching. You know, while we're going through this, feel free to drop any questions you have, but also at the same time, I want to know like what CRM are you guys using, and what challenges are you guys currently having with your current CRM? So go right ahead, Jake.
Yeah, of course. This is our opportunity section. We got all sorts of pipelines built in here for you. So agent outreach, if you're doing that, acquisitions, if you cash buyers pipeline, cold outreach, so just kind of scoring how that works, disposition, so once your property's under contract, moving it. We have a couple of people who are using this to even kind of manage the properties that they have and which stage they're at in the leasing process. And then if you need it for raising capital, we even have a pipeline there for you. So they're really easy drag and drop, which is super cool. You can drop it down even here to the one abandoned or lost, and that can trigger different stuff. And then if you pull up your opportunity cards, we got all the details in here again for you to make it super easy to update on a call. Really just trying to facilitate you wherever you're at, so it's as easy for you to be able to run with it as you can. We already talked a little bit about the content. Oh, it looks like when I jump back and forth, it showed them all twice. Let me just refresh. Sometimes because I'm bouncing between different accounts, it'll duplicate stuff. There we go. Awesome. We've talked about the contracts already, so I'm going to skip that one for now. Marketing. So social planner, this is really cool. It connects to your social media. It allows you to get out there in front of people. So if you're trying to do agent outreach or wholesaler outreach or something like that to find you deals to help dispo or whatever your strategy might be, you can do it all through the platform right here. You can see all the stuff that we connect to: Facebook, Instagram, Google My Business for your business profile, like reputation, LinkedIn, even for that's stronger, I think, on the capital raising side of things. You can connect your YouTube in here, all that other stuff. It works really, really well. We have a couple people actually who use the software outside of our main business stuff, but we've got a landscaping company and we've got a couple different coaches who run, and also a YouTuber who runs some stuff out of here as well. It's been really cool to work with them, and they use this social planner significantly heavier too. So we can run email campaigns out of here, message templates. We build all the stuff out, your trigger links, everything else. It's really cool. This is the AI bot that I was talking about. Super powerful. It's going to allow you to build out and connect everything there. There we go. Oh, well. And then we work with people a lot with the AI bot, helping to customize and build stuff out for them too. Automations, I would say this is one of the biggest impact items that I think most of our people, and I know you guys use a ton of these. I think you and Austin and everybody.
Which one is this one?
Just automations.
Oh yeah, it's funny you saying that because I'm actually doing that right now. So keep going.
I love it. Yeah. So we've tried to make this as clean as we can to just really make it streamlined for you. So we've got your main stuff up here labeled 1 through 6, right? So you're going to have your lead generation, your acquisitions, your dispositions, and we've got all sorts of, oh, that one we must have moved something. But here, let me pull up lead generation. So we've got all sorts of automations that are filled out in here for you. Some of your outreach. So this would be some of your seller outreach. You got your broker agent outreach. So being able to do some connections there too. We've got ton of stuff pre-built for you to help you customize and build things out further. I'll show you some follow-up stuff. We've got all sorts of cool stuff around follow-up sequences. Some of them can be complicated. Some of them really don't have to be. And I'll show you guys kind of an example. This one's probably, it's not super complicated once you actually like figure out what it is, but so it's just going through, and once you move something to a cold outreach, it's going to go through here and send out messages, which is pretty cool. So we've got all sorts of follow-up stuff in here for you. Let me get back. We've got automations around calendar events, setting up those contact buttons like we talked about a minute ago. So those are on the contact, the little sending out the contract and everything like that. Here's your contract automations themselves to send the right data over. Your phones, your email marketing, your just process of moving things through your opportunities and drip sequences. And then we've got all of your AI follow-ups and AI chatbot and your other automation stuff like that are ready for you to use. One thing that we like too is we try, again, one-stop shop, trying to make it all together, but you can also host your websites through here, which works really well. So hosting different funnels or websites. So if you're a big PPC or Facebook ads guy, makes it super easy to be able to set up different campaign pages or ad pages to be able to receive that traffic. And you can even split test too. So here, I'll jump in here just to show you one.
Hey, Jake, I have a couple of quick questions for you while you're doing that. Adrian of Montreal asked, does cycle sales work well in Canada?
It will work wherever you're at in the country. We've got one guy actually that's living over in Australia who's using it. I want to actually say we already have somebody in Canada, but I can't think of who it is right now. So you're thinking of using Pipedrive with my multifamily business in Montreal, Canada. Yeah, you definitely can. We have multifamily stuff built out in here as well. I help out as a coach, and I don't know if you guys know Vina Jetty. She does a lot of multifamily stuff. I'm one of the coaches in her program, so help her out with a lot of stuff in there too. And so we've built part of this to be able to handle and deal with multifamily cases as well. So give us a shot. We'd love to have you guys. So yeah, what other questions are popping up?
Those are the ones that I have right now. Adrian said it's pretty cool, so fire away.
Yeah.
And by the way, I know it's off for a little bit because I'm putting together an automation drip. So when you're done, I'll pop on and I'll show everyone like what I'm doing. So and then I'll fire away. So that would be pretty cool. But keep going, man.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so like I said, you can handle websites in here. You can set up your chat widget. You can build forms and surveys and quizzes and webinars and everything else like that. You can split test. So when you have when you are running Facebook ads or PPC ads, you can do a couple different iterations in here and see which one is performing better. It works quite well. We've done this a lot ourselves. You can host, this is the memberships portal. This is a go high level feature, but a lot of our clients have really liked it. We use it as well because we'll add it in here for honestly the onboarding of our own team. So I'm sure anybody who has grown a decent sized wholesale business, at that point you realize there's employees that you're onboarding, you've got VAs, you've got other people, and it starts to become very routine and repetitive when you're training everybody all the time. So what we did is we just took all of that onboarding training material, we loaded it into here. And then now anybody who goes through here, they take this course, not in the client portal, but we'd go in here and you got a course that looks just like Kajabi. And when they finish, they get a little certificate that says, hey, great job. You finished our cycle sales tech support training, or you finished our real estate cold caller training, or whatever it might be, right? So you can build all this stuff out, which works really well. Cool. Other stuff, you can do your reputation management. I'm just kind of skipping around to some of the stuff that people use the most. But so any Facebook ads or Facebook reviews or testimonials or anything like that, it'll manage all of that in here. And then you can even have AI respond to some of those. And then even we talked about reporting, but reporting is really cool.
By the way, you have Yext on there. You guys integrated with them. That's who I used to work for, dude.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a great tool. So you guys have that already on there.
Yeah. So if you want to set up Yext in here, you 100% can, which will boost like your SEO presence and getting your online reputation up further too. So
that's huge, man. I'm a big proponent of Yext. I've definitely helped a lot of small business owners compete with the big guys just on the organic search. But also I didn't want to cut you off there, but Adrian just asked, how does multifamily differ from single family setup? Would you customize it differently once they pay the setup fee?
Yeah, so it depends on if you're using it for acquisition purposes. A lot of the steps are kind of the same. It's going to be your underwriting process that changes, and then it's going to be a lot of the property data that you collect is different, right? So that's Adrian. I mean, maybe you can throw this in the chat, but are you looking to get into multifamily, or do you already have multifamily portfolio going? And I'll just kind of keep going for a second until he responds, but because that kind of changes where we're going with that. So, anyways, while we wait for Adrian to respond, but yeah, reports up here.
By the way, he does have the portfolio.
Okay.
Or you have the portfolio.
Yeah. So if you've already got a so you know how it works. Yeah, because I was going to say that's going to change how we talk about this. So yeah, if you've got a portfolio already, if you're talking about managing the properties, 100% you can go through here and we use CRM for acquisitions, mostly flipping. Okay. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so if you're using it for acquisitions and all that stuff, a lot of it's the same steps, right? It's going through its follow-up sequence, it's drips, it's negotiations process, under contract or LOI or whatever you might use for that. Usually it's more of an LOI in multifamily. And then your inspection due diligence process, and then your everything else. The biggest thing actually our multifamily guys are using this for is for capital raise too. So if you're doing some type of syndication or 506B, 506C raise or whatever that might be, it can help you starting to vest your investors and bringing them in, making sure that you're compliant with SEC stuff and getting the necessary information so you're not going to be breaking any laws. So yeah, hopefully that helped. Cool.
And by the way, since you mentioned something like that, I know with January 27th, a lot of things are happening. I know that's more towards PPLs, but I'm just wondering, does that affect you guys at all? Or is there something that, and if it does, is there something that you guys are doing to change and stay compliant?
No, I don't think it's going to impact us at all. We should be good. We're constantly trying to monitor to see if there's anything that we do need to pivot and change, but for the most part, we're not competing in that space. So I mean, we're a software service, right? So we're helping you organize, manage, and then automate a lot of the steps of your process. So yeah, I think that we're going to be outside of that jurisdiction. So
Absolutely. Yeah. Just wanted to ask that just in case someone would, thinking about it online. So
sure.
That's what I figured.
Cool. What question? I mean, I know you said you're working on automation. Did you want to pull that up, or anybody have any other questions?
Oh, by the way, one thing that I wanted to point out too is if you click on conversations, one of the cool things is if you have multiple people on your team, usually right next to the chat, there should be the three dots. So you can actually see who they're texting or where the text came from, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's, right where that bot is, there should be like three dots or whatever it is. And then it'll tell you. Just wanted to point that out for folks that have multiple people within their team.
And if everybody has on their settings profile, if they've uploaded profile pictures, you'll actually see the person's profile picture of who last responded. So you can see this was the AI bot.
Nice.
So
look at that. I didn't even know that. Okay. Well, that's good. All right. If you want, I'll go ahead and share my screen.
Sure.
Then let's see what I have here. I'm going to try to do this and I don't show too much information. All right. You guys able to see my screen here?
Yep. I can see you.
So it is so simple. One, you guys already have your templates. So once you go to your templates, you can just copy it, right? Duplicate the template. We've created ours as well. So whenever I do a buyer follow-up, so this is when we're doing the dispo side, I just keep copying, just keep duplicating the one that worked for us. And it's already set up. Here's my first text message. So obviously you can put the attributes on there so you don't have to rewrite it, right? And then put in your weight, task, whatever it is that you need to do. And dude, I absolutely love it because there are times when we'll have, whether it's on the acquisition or the dispo side, where we have like 100 people to call, right? And so I personally, everyone has a different ways of going about it. I personally love to just fire out that automation. So in that way, while I'm picking up the phone and calling, I always say, dude, I might be on the 5th guy, and then the 90th guy is interested. Right. And that 90th guy will respond to my text going, yeah, I'm interested in that property. Well, guess what? He's going to be my 6th guy that I'm going to call. Right. And so I absolutely love it. I know some people have their CRMs. I'm not using their automation. If you guys have it, please do, because it is super duper awesome.
Can I show you, Cesar? I'm going to show you something really cool we've built with the AI features in here too.
Please do.
So this is pretty. So this is a follow-up, and the cool part is it means you don't have to keep recreating campaigns because it changes. It uses AI to rewrite it for you each time. So if we want to put somebody into this cold outreach right here, this is a follow-up, right? This would be a seller follow-up. We just send it off to AI to be able to create this message, right? So we've got a little filler in here that kind of tells it what we want it to create. It then texts them that message. It's going to wait a day. And then, and this whole time it's also set to stop on response. This is really important to look at your settings, because if you have it stop on response, then if they respond back, it's not going to keep going through. That's important to do. But right here, it's going to wait a day. If they don't answer, then at that point, it's going to come up with another response. It's going to send a follow-up response now instead of an outreach. So these were outreach to begin with, like the first cold outreach. And then it's going to send a follow-up response. Well, since AI is creating it, it's not going to be just a copy paste of the same thing every single time. So it sends in a follow-up response. And then it also adds it's going to now add another one because we have a little toggle bar in there that's how many follow-ups have been sent. So it's going to add one more to our cold follow-up sequence. It's going to check, and we have it keep going through here. And then it's going to automatically, after it's sent 16 messages, at that point, it then tags, it says, hey, cold follow-up failed. 16 messages were sent, no response. Try giving me a call. It's going to add this. Actually, I just forgot about this. We were gonna add this, and we didn't do it. But manual action to call. There we go. And then the cool part is if it hasn't reached those 16, it goes down here, and we don't want it to be robotic where every 3 days it's sending it out. So instead, we go in here, we do a random split. So it's gonna sometimes like 25% of the time it's gonna wait 3 days. 25% of the time it's gonna wait 4 days. 25% of the time it'll wait 5. 25% of the time it'll wait 6 days. So it just keeps varying. And then after it waits that random time period, it goes up and creates another follow-up sequence using AI. So we don't have to do anything. We put it in here, we made it once, and it'll change the message every single time. And because we have AI chat ready to respond to any conversations too, as soon as they respond back, then the chat continues to talk to them. And again, it can negotiate with them. It can gather the information. So again, it removes, and I know some people feel mixed feelings about this, but one of my personal goals is to make it so that lead managers no longer have to be part of the equation, except for when it's hopping on a call. And even then, we've got voice AI that's coming out pretty soon that I think is going to remove even further part of that. So,
well, I got to tell you, Jake, that looks pretty darn cool. But also, knowing myself, I look at that, I'm going, dude, how am I going to set that up? That's way too many lines. Way too many ifs and this and that. Bro,
that's when you put on office hours or you talk to our team, because then we help you.
Like when I was in college, I failed Pick 10A. I'm like, I might have just dated myself by saying that. But,
no, that's honestly why, like I said earlier, because I've been in I'm a software programmer, and I've been in other software where we've been there and we've been like, what the heck is going on? Like, we don't know how to use this. This is useless. So just so everybody knows, when you sign up, you get 3 onboarding calls. Your first call is a tech call. So it works with a tech team to help set up it's the boring call. It's the one that sets up all the gut stuff in the back to try to get stuff moving. It sets up your A2P registrations. It's going to set up all that stuff for you, right? This next call is more of like a training call to help you orient the system and know where you need to go and help get things up and running for you and your team. And then the last call, I actually hop on a call with every single person who signs up. We do a strategy call. So we hop on and we're going to go through and help you feel really comfortable about everything that's going on in the system, help talk about if there's ways that we can tweak or change things, talking about some of this type of stuff like we just did, like, hey, you should give this a shot. This will help you guys out. We can fix this here and make this streamlined. And then again, on board, we've got the chat available for you 24/7, even in the middle of the night. But if you just need to hop into a Zoom and have somebody walk through stuff with you too, our chat can actually do that. They'll hop on Zooms with people sometimes if they need to, as long as they don't have too much of a backlog of other questions at the time. But the other big thing is we have those office hours. So if people hop into office hours, you can ask any questions you want. That's what we're here for. So.
Yeah, it's super duper awesome, man. And like I said, thank you very much for your time.
Sure.
I just absolutely love you guys because you pointed something out especially when I was in the tech world, right? Like, and I've worked for a few of them. And one of the reasons why I would leave one company is because their customer service sucks. Yeah. Right? I always say, like, software technology, yeah, it's a great tool, but it can also be the biggest effing headache, right? Yeah. If you don't have the customer service to help them, to guide them down the road, right? And you guys know you have clients that are very tech savvy. You're like, okay, I don't really need to hold their hands, but you still got to be there, versus someone that needs a lot of hand holding. And knowing this industry now, I'd probably say there's going to be a lot of hand holding for a lot of folks.
Yeah. And that's fine. Honestly, we do that a lot. The trend that we notice is that usually when somebody signs up, they go through our 3 onboardings, and then we usually see them hop onto our office hours quite a bit in the first 2 to 3 weeks. And then after 2 to 3 weeks, they're like, okay, I got it. Right. Or it's like a one-off question that they just ask the live chat. And then they're good to go. Right. So usually there's a period in the beginning where we see somebody a lot in the very, very beginning. And then at that point, they're like, oh, I got it. Like, I can't even tell you the last time I saw you or Austin or anybody from your guys' team on here either. Like,
we haven't been on there for a while.
Yeah, exactly. You guys got it. And if you need anything, you can reach out and I'm happy to help. Right. So,
yeah. Well, we're definitely going to reach out soon for the contracts, because we've never used that.
Sure.
And then we'll probably, because we do have quite a bit of leads within our system that are, pretty old. I say old because it's since earlier this year, but I love calling them because a lot of times you find gold within those leads. And but I'm liking that bot that you're talking about, that AI stuff. So if we can throw half of them on there and just see how that runs, you know what I mean? See what's up, the metrics we're looking at, KPIs, and then I think that would be very useful.
Yeah.
Let me know. Hey, question for you, Jake, because I do have folks that are very new to the game, right? And so being new to the business, they want to minimize their capital as much as they can. Sure. So what do you think, like the people that are investing and getting your CRM, like where are they in their business? Like, is there like a certain requirement that you guys have where like, hey, you got to be doing X amount of business per month? Like, what have you guys seen so far as your clientele, and if you do have any requirements?
Yeah. No, you don't. There is no minimum requirements. We have people who are starting out brand new who jump right in, and because they're looking to get established in something that they think will work with them with scale as they grow bigger. I would say most of our clients who get started with us are doing at least 1 to 2 deals every month, like consistently for just a little bit. But like I said, we've had honestly, just last week we had 3 people, I think, out of the ones that signed up. 3 of them were brand new, had never done a deal yet. And we've got new people popping in here. We've got people who are more experienced. One of the things that we're thinking about rolling out is building a little community of people who are using the software. That it'd be one of our menu items over there on the left. Actually, you might have even seen it as I was showing my screen. That we're going to call it the inner circle. So we're going to have a little inner circle of people who are using it. And so our hope is that because we have some really experienced people in here, and we also have people who are a little bit newer, that there might be a chance for them to be able to also cross collaborate and say, hey, I've got a deal here. Anybody can help me dispo, or, hey, how would you guys handle this? And just really try to help build each other up. So we've been toying with just how to figure out how to set that up and make sure it's not spamming, because the last thing we want to do is bother anybody. So we're trying to figure out how to set that up and make it as clean and easy for people to use as possible, or give people the option to opt in or out. So,
bro, that's a great idea. What do you call it? When I used to work for Yex, they have that where every customer, they'll get like a badge, like how well they know the platform. And then just by creating that community, it helps so much. Their customer service calls went down just because everyone was just helping each other. You know what I mean? And it wasn't spammy. It was just more of like, hey, I'm coming across this problem. Like, how do you do this? And then next thing you know, they answer it and give a best practice. And so it was a great idea. I think you're onto something.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to try to roll that one out. We've got actually quite a bit of stuff that we're looking to roll out here, probably January time. So we've got, I kind of teased at it earlier, but we've got something that's going to pull. Right now we're focused on on-market data because it's just easier to pull that stuff. So we're going to be pulling all on-market data and have that available. So you can just immediately just go through there. You check the boxes for the county that you're in or the state that you're in. You're going to go through, check the boxes of the deals that you like. You can automatically blast off an initial LOI. So just like a super discounted LOI, just see what they say, have the bot continue the conversations for you. It's going to be really cool. So we've been working on this for quite a while, split testing a couple different things. We're going to eventually roll out some extra features. We've got some skip tracing. We've got some tier 1 skip tracing that is really actually pretty powerful, that we're just trying to connect all the dots. So it just, again, customer experience, making it seamless. So it just goes back and forth. So it's all done in the software. You don't have to worry about it. So
nice. Just one-stop shop, eh?
Yeah, that's the goal. So,
perfect. Well, Jake, before you go, Audi has the $1 million question there. So I'll let you answer that. He's saying how much. He probably missed it, but he didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can always go to our website. We never have gone down in prices. We're always going up because we're adding more and more into it. But as of right now, to get everything with the AI bot, the premium, all that other stuff, it's $300 a month. We do have less expensive plans. We have one at $197 and one at $99 a month. Those are going to have the $197 has most of the stuff except for the AI components. The $99 a month, it doesn't have the social planner. It doesn't have some of the premium automations, and it's capped on some of the other features as well. But for somebody brand new starting out, most people like to go with the $197 at least because you're going to get all your automation stuff in there. So that helps out the most. But we have people on the $99 who are very happy there right now, and it's helping them start to get the gears rolling. So I'm not somebody who tries to upsell everybody. So I will tell you what I think is safe because I've been on the other side of that where people are always trying to push you to spend more money than you feel comfortable. That's not my goal. My goal is to give you what you need to help you grow and scale. So pick whatever one you want. We'll support you and help you however we can. So
Perfect.
And if you're signing up, let me throw out one thing too. If you're signing up, use Caesar's affiliate link because then he also gets credit for having sent you over. So anybody who signs up in our software, you get an affiliate link, and then you make part of the revenues of whatever anybody signs up on your links to. So that's a great way to help pay for your own. We have a couple people who have totally paid for their own subscription and actually making good amount of money every month. And then on top of that, I also want to make sure Caesar's awesome. And so make sure to give him credit for having brought you over if you're signing up. So
thanks, Jake. I really appreciate it. And I know you're a very busy guy. So guys, before Jake hops off, if you have any last minute questions, feedback, like I said earlier, if you have any challenges that you're experiencing with your current CRM, drop it on the comment below or in the chat. So that way Jake can answer it before he leaves. But other than that, man, I mean, sure. You guys are great. Trust me, there were times where like, well, let's take a look at other CRMs. And they're like, no, like we already have so many things set up. Like we don't want to go through that. And like I said, you guys have never crashed, right? I mean, that's just the honest truth. The only times that happened was because I was using the word selling. And so that blocked it off. Okay. So that was an easy fix. And then the other time, because I was dumb and I sent out like 200 or 300 text messages in one blast. And the reason why I call myself dumb is because I knew that working from other software companies like EX, Movable, and like all these other companies that I'm like, bro, what were you thinking? Like you knew that. So then that's when I was like, well, they got to have an automated drip campaign. So like, yeah, they do. I'm like, sweet. So let's make that happen.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, Jake. Well, I don't see any questions on here. So if you want to hop off, I know you've got a busy day ahead of you. Feel free to do so. And then let me know if you have any. Let's touch base later on, man.
Cool. Yeah. Hey, if anybody has any questions, you have any further questions too, feel free to reach out. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I think I have a YouTube channel that I started a long time ago. I just haven't contributed to in a while.
Feel free to drop your IG handle there, your Facebook, in comments.
Yeah, I can't. By the way, I can't see any of the. Oh, is that? Oh, I was on the wrong comments this whole time. I couldn't see the comments.
Yeah, you were probably on private chat. That's why.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So there goes. Yeah. So you click on comments, you can post a comment there, and then.
Okay. Yeah. Here, I'll put my stuff in here. So give me 2 seconds. Cool. Anything else I can do for anybody in here? Any last minute questions while I pull this up?
Cool. Jake, thank you very much again, man. I really do appreciate your time. Let's stay in touch, brother.
It's not letting me post. I'm going to send it in the private chat if you just want to repost it on the comments.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah. Okay. I see it right here. Sweet.
And then I can't remember what my handle is for Instagram, so just find me on there and it'll be good.
Sweet. All right. You guys can find Jake on Facebook and then send him a message.
Cool. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it, man. Guys, hopefully that was valuable. I know it's a pretty quick one. See if you guys have any questions. Also, today I really just, well, first of all, my allergies is just kicking my ass, man. So I don't know if I have a whole lot of energy left, but if it's valuable, if you want me to go through the automation, so you can see how it works, I will do that. If not, that's okay too. So if you guys want me to do that, drop a one on the chat. If I don't see any ones, then I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day because my sinus is killing me. And by the way, while I'm waiting for you guys, I just want you to know that Saturday, well, tomorrow is going to be with my Dispo guy, Tom. He's my business partner. He heads the Dispo team. So he's going to kind of open up behind the scenes on what we do on the Dispo side, his best practices, how we're able to move deals and so forth. And then on Saturday, it's going to be the comping day. So I would love for you guys to hop on there for a couple of reasons. One, I'm opening that up. Anyone can hop on the live. I want to have a comping party, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up some addresses. These are these are deals that we've already closed and funded. And so I'm going to put it up there. We're going to go ahead and all of us are going to comp it. I'm going to show the pictures. You're going to work it as far as like what you think the ARV is, what the rehab costs, so forth and so forth. And let's see if we come up with the same MAO, maximum allowable offer. So in that way, we can have a discussion on what's going on. But I also have a special guest that day, which I'm pretty sure you would not want to miss. She is absolutely amazing at comping. I've learned a lot from her. Everyone from Titanium knows who she is. I don't want to jinx myself because her calendar might change, but she's going to be on here. So tune in. I'll definitely announce it tomorrow on who it will be. Pretty sure you guys already know who it is. But yeah, I just want to make sure that it's fully confirmed and ready to rock and roll. And yeah, like I said, for anyone that's new, that's not part of Titanium, this is the one that you want to be part of, so you can get your reps in. Adrian, thanks, man. I appreciate it. When I organized the 12 days, I really just thought of all the things that I wish I had known, things that I wish I'd seen out there. Well, maybe I just didn't do a good enough search on YouTube. But I just wanted to put it in like a playlist so that way anyone and everyone can come back and just be like, oh, here are a few things that I would like to know about it. The other thing too is that it was just from all the emails, text messages, phone calls that I get from other wholesalers going, hey, what about your CRM? What about this? What about teaming up with people? And so forth and so forth. So I just picked the ones that were commonly asked. That's how I went about it. Adrian, could you just show how you use automations? Yeah, bro. Couple of things. One, I use it for, I'm going to try to be careful because I don't want to show clients, buyers, and sellers information. But if you want, man, you and I can hop on. I can, obviously, I know I trust you, so I can show it to you. But at the end of the day, the follow-ups that I do on the buyer side, I just want to be in front of them. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for me to see how many people have inquired. As soon as we blast the property on Investor Lift, I want to be able to call, text, email all of these buyers, right? And so I put them on a campaign drip already, sends them a text message. Now, on the buyer side, I'm not as aggressive as I am on the seller side. On the buyer side, it's like wait after 1 whole hour or 2 hours and then send them a next text and so forth. So in between, I'm making calls, right? So once again, it's not just set up the campaign and you don't have to do any more work. You still got to do some work, right? But this helps because it's able to do all the other things that would take you a whole lot of time to do. On the seller side, as soon as a lead comes in, I call them, I double, triple tap them, and then I send them a text message. I still play around with it. Sometimes I just send a quick text, and then 15 minutes later, I put them on a campaign drip, right? And so what it does is it just sends, hey, are you still looking to sell that property? And then from there, it will text them every 30 minutes or so. It's gradual. It's like 15 minutes and 30 minutes and then an hour and then 2 hours. But really within the first 24 hours, we're touching the seller at least 13 times. That's text messaging, calling, emailing, and so forth. I used to be not as aggressive until I heard someone goes, well, if you're not going to be calling them, I'm going to be calling them. If you're not going to call them till tomorrow, guess what? I would have called them 20 times already. And so it opened my eyes. I'm like, yeah, you know what? They want to sell, then I'm going to give them a call. Oh, Adrian, I don't know if you were here the other day, but I had who did I have the other day? Property leads. And so on that was I believe that was day 2. So if you go on day 2, under the description, I also have a link, which is a Google Doc of one of their campaign drip, which is actually pretty funny. So pretty creative. Adrian, does that answer your question, bro? Oh, 100%. Adrian, 100% agree with you, man. Multifamily, you need to be even less aggressive. Absolutely. Multifamily is different from single family, right? Like multifamily, it's more numbers. It's got to make sense. You're talking to seasoned investors, tired landlords, or brokers, right? So you cannot be aggressive on that end. Do have a question here, John Tay. Do you still go live with the cold calls? Yes, I am. Join you. It's boring calling by yourself, bro. If you wanna hop on right now, let's do it. Let's make some cold calls. I'm always up for the challenge. The only reason why I haven't done it for these 12 days, just because I don't know. I just thought maybe having these as lives versus multiple lives throughout the day. But as soon as 12 days is done, 100%. As a matter of fact, the last 2 days of 12 days is all about action. So we're just going to be cold calling inbound leads, and so forth. So John said, dude, if I told you guys that my sinus is bad, but if you guys want to hop on right now, use it as a platform, please let me know. As a matter of fact, John, you're driving right now. Let's go. Pull over, bro. I'm just messing with you, man. But yeah, but if you guys want to hop on, do some live calls right now, feel free to do it. I'm trying to figure out how I can do this without showing these guys information. I cannot. So what I'm doing right now is I am going to send that campaign drip that I created for the deal that I locked up a couple of days ago. Gosh, I haven't done this in a while. Okay, there it is. By the way, in the next couple of days, either I'm going to be on live or I'm just going to go ahead and record it. But I will be calling buyers. I will be doing the dispo side. Boy. I am very excited to do that. Let's see. Let me add this on a drip. I haven't done dispo in a while, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I told my guys I want to feel their pain, what they're going through, right? See if am I overpricing these? Am I not? What's the feedback? And I've been a sales guy for a long time, guys. Like a lot of you who've been watching me probably knows that by now. Oh, Adrian, you have a quick question. Go for it, brother. And so when it comes on the dispo side is more of the selling side. And so sometimes I feel like people are not moving the goalposts quick enough, or I'm like, well, what's the next step? What's the next step? But that's because of what I've been trained to do in sales. So So I'm going to do a little bit of dispo once again, just to feel their pain, to feel what they feel, how their conversations work. So in that way I can be better and then my team can be better. Adrian, bought a coupon club on Monday, bought like 10 or 13 leads so far, but they are not picking up phone or answering. That does happen, and that's why I put them on a campaign drip. I'm wondering if just unlucky with these. Yes, so that happens, bro. I'm not saying it's probably just luck right now that you have all 10 or 13 that's not picking up. But yes, I do put them on a campaign and I do get a hold of them at some point. Another thing too. So this is a great question, Adrian. So you're wondering if you're just unlucky with these. What's my experience with those leads? I'm confused because they are supposed to be same as exclusive, right? Absolutely. So a couple of things that you guys want to set up your have a frame of mind is that these sale leads, right? Adrian, you probably when you bought them, you can see how many people had bought them before, right? And so you're not the first guy that's calling them. So that means they're already getting a lot of text messages, a lot of phone calls, and so forth. So you got to be a little bit more creative, right? So there are times when I would even send them a text, hey, I'm pretty sure you've been bombarded, probably been talking to a bunch of wahoos, lowballing you. I'm a serious buyer. Are you still looking to sell? Right. So little things like that can help. I'll do that on a voicemail as well. So just knowing that, yes, it might be a little bit tougher to get a hold of them because they've talked to so many people. But once you get a hold of them, what you know with the King Closers formula is just going to set you apart from everyone else. And that's what I'm betting on. I'm betting on the fact that I'm going to be way better than all the other guys, that when I get on the phone with them, I have a higher chance. And the other out that I have is if they're already under contract, which I get happy when they are under contract because they're most likely under contract by another wholesaler who overpriced them. The chances are pretty high. And so I want to make sure that they remember me. And I always ask, when is the closing date? Oh, hey, Adrian, congratulations. You sold the property. Awesome, man. I'm really happy for you. Hey, by the way, Adrian, if you don't mind me asking, is it closed and funded or you have a closing date? Oh, I have a closing date. Great. When is that? Oh, January 5th. Okay, cool. Well, Adrian, just in the small off chance that it doesn't make it to the finish line, I would love to be your backup buyer. Would that be cool? Yeah, absolutely. And then you give them a call. You know what day it is, so call them 3 days prior. If they haven't heard anything, any peep from their wholesalers, most likely not going to make it to the finish line. Let's see here. Is following up with sellers at 9 a.m. too early? I do 12 noon. Bro, I follow up with them at 8:15 a.m. I want to get a hold of them before they go to work. The hardest competition is the fake offers we're up against. Jesse, you're 100% right. But bro, when they come back though, when they come back to you, then it's a much easier deal to close on. At least that's how I've experienced it. Tell me, let me know what your thoughts are. And the reason why I say that is the line that I always like to use is, hey, Mr. Seller, do you want me to fail like the other guys? Or do you actually want me to put money in your pocket? Which one is it? Because if you want me to fail, I can send you the same contracts they did. Yes, Adrian, if it's under contract, can we get a refund? 100%. So whenever they say, yeah, it's under contract, if you have a CRM, usually, that's one thing that he didn't show. With cycle sales, everything is recorded, but you can also transcribe it. So there's transcript. All I do is I just copy and paste that, or I take a screenshot and send it to Speed to Lead, and they'll give me a refund. If you don't have a CRM and obviously it's not recorded, then just shoot them a text right after. Just say, hey, congratulations again on getting your property on the contract. if you don't mind, I'll touch base with you later, whatever it is. Somewhere where you have proof that it's under contract, and you'll get a refund the same day, if not the next day, depending on what time you submitted it. Let's see. We've got a lot of questions now, so let's see what we got here. Jonte, when I first started, how many hours a day did you follow up? Bro, when I first started, I was working 12 hours a day. Well, 12 minus 4. The reason why I say minus 4 is because from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., I use that as studying time. So that's watching YouTube content, having coffee with other investors that I met at meetups, or getting on Zoom calls with them. So 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. is more my studying time, just because people are at work. And then I kept the early mornings and late afternoons, early evenings for when people are at home. That's when I first started. Now I don't do as much on the 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I just go. Dude, at the end of the day, guys, I just want to say something, man. At the end of the day, like, don't worry too much on how many times you should follow up, how many hours. If they haven't told you that it's been sold, you ought to be following up all the time. You remember, they filled out a form saying they're looking to sell, right? So, and you're a buyer, you're looking to buy. So keep calling. Because just like what that guy said when I was scrolling through my YouTube, every time you decide not to call, I have 5 guys calling. And so I'm like, well, I don't want anyone to outwork me. So, Will, great question, man. Are you looking for a part-time dispo person or a full-time person? Perfect, dude. We just hired a part-time dispo yesterday. I don't know if she's on here. I've been having conversations with her for quite some time. She's a new wholesaler herself. She's a killer. She wants to get into the acquisition side, but we're starting everyone in dispo. That's a very good question, Will. You might want to hop on tomorrow when I have Tom on the line, because one thing we've realized is that I'm really good on the acquisition side. Tom's good on the dispo side. That's his department. So yeah, it really depends on his plate. If we've got a full plate, then it's even like, guys, we need to hire another one. And I'm just like, Tom, you know what you're doing. It's time to hire, we'll hire. Let me see if I missed any other questions on here. Best recording software to record my calls. A lot of the CRMs have a recording, so every call would be recorded, or you can turn it on. So I have that with Cycle Sales, and like I said earlier, the reason why I like it is not only it's recorded, but it automatically transcribes for you. So I don't pay too much attention on the condition when people are talking to me. I do pay attention to keywords, right? Like the roof is 10 years old, or there's a hole in the roof, the foundation has cracks. Like I pay attention to those. But a lot of times I'm just comping because I can always go back to that recorded call. Jonte, would you happen to have the new iPhone? Because if you don't have a CRM, I just got the 16 Pro Max, and on every call you can hit record, and it will actually say this call will be recorded to both you and the other person. So, and once the call is done, it automatically goes to your notes, and it's with transcriptions as well. Adrian, Grasshopper is the cheapest. Sport sucks, no refunds. What's Grasshopper, Adrian? Oh, for call recording. You answered it. Audi, are you not calling this month? Bro, I am calling. Still at 6 a.m. I am recording some of my calls, or I am recording my calls. I will post them. Like I said earlier, for these 12 days, I just wanted the 12 days to be the live sessions. But I gotta tell you, man, I am getting the itch. This morning, I was very close to just clicking live instead of record, because because I do miss you guys. I do miss going live, and I don't know, man. I just get a kick out of it. Manny, what software do you use to send contracts while on the phone? Perfect. Yeah, I use DocuSign as well. I think there's another one, PandaDoc. I think we're looking into that. But Cycle Sales, apparently they have the ability to send contracts now, so we're definitely going to look into that. Jesse, do you use the software to transcribe calls? The CRM that I'm using, Cycle Sales, it does it automatically. It will just record the calls and then it'll transcribe it like within seconds. And then what I was mentioning earlier is if you have the newest iPhone, I'm an iPhone guy, so I don't know about Android, but if iPhone has it now, I'm pretty sure Android had it years ago. So iPhone has the ability to record. You just click on it. It's on the top left corner of the screen. As soon as you click on it, it will say, hey, this call will be recorded. And then it will, as soon as you hang up, it will automatically transcribe and go into your notes, to your notes app. Am I getting a lot of people interested? Nope, not at all. I haven't had that issue yet. I don't know. For some people that are on here, are you guys getting a lot of people not interested based on holidays? I haven't had that experience yet. Audi, what do you mean I should add 1 call per session? The last few days we've been going, we've taken some action. Like last night, we made some calls. I think we did it the other days as well. But if I didn't, I definitely will. John says, you give me a follow-up schedule. I have my old day available, but I'm all over the place. Not understanding your thing, Jonte. Oh, there was Jonte. I mean, you got to work within. Where are you located, by the way? Are you in the East Coast, West Coast? Are you in Central Standard Time? Cycle. It's cycle without. It's cycle without the E, Jesse. Also, if you go on my description, I also have my link on there as well. So I don't know if you want to use that. If you can, that would be awesome. If not, totally cool. But yeah, it's cycle without the E. Eastern time, Jonte. All right, great. So you're in Eastern time. What is your what's your market, brother? What's your market? You're in Eastern time. When do you work? And do you have a family? Those are questions I always ask when I'm talking to folks. Howdy, better than Resimpli? Howdy's asking. That I don't know because I've never used Resimpli. I know a lot of people in Titanium use Resimpli. I know RJ and them uses Resimpli. I mean, I've watched their ads. Looks pretty good. I think they're pretty good. I mean, if the man himself uses it, so I'm pretty sure it's reliable. I've heard some mixed feelings about it, but that just goes with any other technology. You know what I mean? Like, if you're using it correctly, it's great. If not, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, some of the folks that are on Titanium here, if you guys are using Resimpli, if you can drop some on the chat, let Audi know what your thoughts are. That would be great. No, I never sent this thing. I got caught into answering you guys' question. I forgot to send my drip campaign. I'm going to do it right now. All right, sending out all the text messages. Okay, Jonte, so you're in Louisville, Kentucky. That's the market. No family. I've done some deals. Oh, so you don't have a 9 to 5. All right, now you completely lost me because I thought you did. So I don't know what you're asking. So if you can clarify. So if you're doing this full time, yeah, if you can clarify that, that'd be great. Best way to get some good drip campaigns. Adi, I have a on my day 2, I included one of the drip campaigns that we got from Property Lead. So take a look at that. It's a Google Doc. Just copied it on there. Let's take a look at it. That's one. Then maybe what I'll do, guys, is I'll put some together for you guys on some of our drip campaigns, and then I'll just make it accessible so you guys, can copy it or make a version of it, right? Make it sound like you. And get creative, guys, because everyone's sending exactly the same text messages. So you want to get creative with it. I mean, you also want to stay professional. So I like the professional side first, and then if they haven't responded to me, then that's when I get a little creative. Like calling you guys Wahoos, saying, yeah, I'm sure you've gotten a bunch of text messages from other Wahoos. Let's see. Oh, one of the videos that I'm gonna post is I actually talked to a seller yesterday. It's a return seller. So we actually wholesaled her inherited property 2 months ago. And she was selling her property that she inherited from her dad. And then right next to that lot is another lot which her uncle was living on. And so she wanted to let her uncle stay there until, he's pretty old. So until he passes. Like, she's a really nice lady, but I think they're really pissing her off where she called and she's like, I want to sell this now. She's like, I talked to a realtor. I thought about it, but I really like the way you guys work. You guys work fast. So let's do this again. I'm like, heck yeah. So I'm pretty happy about it. I really take pride on how I handle my business, guys, because real estate's all about referral business. You never know when they're going to come back to you and or when they have someone else. Best time to call, guys, for me, like, I don't mind calling at 8:15 a.m. because that's when people are either on the road getting to work or getting ready. And then I don't make any phone calls after 8:30 p.m. Sometimes I've called at 8:45. Now we do have inbound leads where it would come in, like, sometimes we do PPCs, right? And they literally just filled out the form. I've done this before where it's 9:30 p.m. at their time and it's 6:30 here. I'm in California, right? Sometimes I'd come in at 7 and then I look at the address, it's Eastern time. Dude, I text them right away. Hey, notice you just filled out a form on my website. I know it's pretty late out there. Do you have a minute to chat now, or would it be better tomorrow? Right? So just showing them that I'm respectful, but I'm in front of them right away. So they know that I'm a live person. So I've done that. And there were times when I've gone on the phone call at 8 o'clock and the guy is in Florida. So it's 11 p.m. At the end of the day, they're up, they're filling out the form. So if they're filling out the form, why not just ask them? Before I used to call right away. Now I send a quick text message before I call saying, hey, notice you filled out a form on my site. Looks like you're looking to sell your property. Looks like you're selling 123 Main. Do you have a sec? Actually, no, I'm sorry. Not do you have a sec? Not the first text. I'll just put ... We'll be calling you shortly from this number. And then I literally call them within 30 seconds or a minute. So I don't ask if they have time. And then if they don't pick up, then I say, hey, just tried calling you. Are you still looking to sell 123 Main? A couple of key things. Oh, Jesse, are you still on? If you're on, I want to hear your thoughts, man. When I send a text message, instead of putting their full address, right, I just go 123 Main instead of 123 Main Street, San Diego, California 92510. For me, that's very markety. And so I like to be as, I don't want to say unique, but I just want to be a real person. So I just go 123 Main instead of the full address. A lot of times I don't even capitalize the street, right? Because if you're texting, when I use in the work in the digital marketing world, when you're texting and you're emailing your friend, a lot of times you're not doing the capitalization. A lot of times you're cutting off some words here and there. So you want it to sound like a friend, right? Versus someone that's just marketing to them. Yep, that's exactly what we were saying when I was in the digital marketing world. You just want to make it feel more natural. Yep. So it doesn't sound like it's a bot doing it. So on my cycle sales in my CRM on their property address, I actually just put 123 Main, and then on my notes, that's where I have my full address. Because at times the lead would automatically go in, so that would be pre-populated, and then I would move some of that information aside. Because if it doesn't get moved, then it shows the full address, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I would hate it if I saw that text. I'm like, nope, I don't want to answer this guy. Jonte, question again. Is there such a thing as working too hard in this business? I want to grow it so bad, and I'm thinking about following up from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Is that too much? Jonte, at the end of the day, and I've said this before, man, like there's no right way, there's no wrong way. You just got to find the way that works for you, right? Like I can sit here all day and tell you, like, bro, you better be calling at 8:15 a.m. But if you don't feel good about it, if you feel like it's unethical on your side, whatever it is, right? Then you're gonna do it, and then you're gonna hate doing it. And so don't do it. Just do to 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. if you want. But just know I'm calling on the same lead, most likely, especially if you're calling speed to lead, at 8:15 a.m. So by the time you decide to pick up the phone at 10, I might have them under contract, right? And I'm not just talking about me. It can be Jesse. It can be anyone. So people are calling when you're not. So just work with what works for you. And is there such a thing as working too hard in this business? I think the real question is, what is it that you want to accomplish and when you want to accomplish it, right? Because, yeah, man, is there ever, I don't know, man, if it's something that really means a lot to you, you're passionate about, is there some such thing as working too hard for it? I don't know. But at some point, when you've got everything established, you've got a team, everything's good, then, things change, right? So it's just a matter of where you are in your life and in your business. Jesse, I think you said it best, man. Grind as long as you need to get your head out from under the water. Then outsource what you dislike when you have the money. Perfect. That's exactly what I was just saying. You just use better words. Best buyer pools anyone. What do you mean by that, Kemp? Let's see here. Guys, I really appreciate you guys, by the way, your continued support and continue to watch my my content. At the end of the day, really my main goal is just to help someone out there, and nothing makes me so happy than getting an email, a text, or a Facebook message or DM on Instagram going, bro, like literally I watched your first video and I hung on for one more week and locked up a deal. And I'm like, heck yeah. So for me, that is super duper cool. So if you guys don't mind, if you can smash that like button, obviously that helps. Hopefully it gets in front of other wholesalers that are either struggling or looking to start. That would be greatly appreciated. As soon as you guys are on, you know what? Screw this. Let me go make a call. See if I can get this guy in. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure other CRMs do this, but within Cycle Sales, you can create your own list. So we have like our buyers list in Texas, our buyers list in Dallas, and so forth and so forth. I have all of my speed to lead under one list. So you can tag each contact and it will automatically go to each one of those lists. So it just makes it a lot easier. Kemp is asking, where are buyers easier to find? If I have a seller under contract, where are some of the best places, platforms to locate and connect with potential buyers? Well, I have Investor Lift, and so that's where we find a lot of our buyers. So that would be my answer to that question. Investor Lift is now free, free in a sense where you can sign up, doesn't cost anything. But I believe you can, what you do is you put the address on the God mode and it'll pull up the 100 buyers next to it or closest to it. And if you want to skip trace or whatever it is to get their contact info, I believe is what, 50 cents a name. So you $50 for 100 buyers. I haven't tried it yet. It's very new. So I'm wondering if it would actually work out or not. But we've also found buyers in Facebook groups, although you have to do a lot of vetting on Facebook because there's a lot of unsavory people out there. So you just want to make sure that they're the right buyer or they're an actual buyer. And guys, I always ask, and I have Tom always asking buyers like, hey man, are you an end buyer? Are you using cash? Are you going to use a hard money lender? Like there are questions to ask to vet them out, which Tom will be talking about tomorrow. So you guys know. And there's nothing that I dislike more than a wholesaler acting like they're an end buyer when they're talking to another wholesaler, right? It's like, bro, I can kind of understand. I can understand where you're talking to a seller and you want to be the end buyer. I get it. But dude, come on, let's have a common respect, right? Like you're a wholesaler, I'm a wholesaler. Just tell me that you are. If you want to do a JV, I'm more open to doing JVs than someone coming in and going, I'm the end buyer, just to find out that they're actually daisy chaining it. You know? So I think that's the worst thing you can do as a wholesaler. With full version of Investor Lift and skip tracing is free. Yes, all it is. So we have a cartel mode, my team. And so when we have a deal, pulls up the buyers there. You can put it on Artemis mode. Artemis mode will pull up the buyers there. And then it will also pull up all the deals that happen nearby. So deals nearby. And so that can, depending on where it is, if it's in a great area like Dallas, San Diego, Florida, you know what I mean? Like there can literally be 200, 300 buyers. Now, if you're in a rural area, there can be maybe 50. The deal that I locked up, only 7 pulled up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a rough one, right? And so once you pull that up, especially if there's like 100, 200, 300, what we've done is we use ChatGPT. We literally just copy it and then we paste it into ChatGPT or like put this in table format. Once we have it on table format, we upload it into our CRM. And then once it's in the CRM, that's when we're able to do our drip campaign. So in Investor Lift, you can do an email blast, which comes with a monthly, so it doesn't cost you anything. But when you do a text blast, that costs you money. So as far as the cost, it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. Don't ask me how much it is because I don't know. But all I know is that my partner also doesn't mind if we text blast it multiple times. So I know it's cost effective. That being said, that text blast, it's just a one-time text. And so that's why I like to put it on our CRM, because now I can put in a drip campaign and send them a text message every hour, every 2 hours. So that's why we do that. Yeah, 50 cents sounds expensive, but I guess you're buying buyer's lead too. It might sound pretty expensive, but it's pretty good compared to how much you're paying for every month. Like, we're paying a lot of money every month for Investor Lift. And so yeah. But I don't know how good those 100 buyers are. I really want to know how that would work. Anyone on here have tried the new not new Investor Lift, but the free version? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on it if you've tried it out. All right, while I'm waiting for you guys, I'm going to call this guy Jason. This is the speed to lead that I bought over the weekend.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice. Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 6503. Available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Jason. Morning, man. It's Caesar. Hope all is well. I left you a message yesterday. Looks like you're looking to sell your property on South D Street. I am looking to buy a property out there by the year end. So give me a call when you get this. You got my number. I'll go ahead and shoot you another text. Okay? Thanks. Let's see. I'm going to put him on a campaign drip now. Let's see. Automation. Adrian, I think you have a question there. I kind of saw it. What is it? Am I still doing Coupon Club? Heck yeah, bro. I bought one of their Black Friday, packages. So I believe I have $1,100 worth that I can use for exclusive leads, which would only be $100. So that would be 11 exclusive leads. But I believe, and I need to confirm with them if they've done it, because I told them I don't want all 1,100 of it to be just for exclusive. I want to be able to decide whether I want to use it for exclusive leads, which I have a special code for it, or if I want to use it for a coupon club. So what I'm thinking is, out of 1,100, I'll probably do 500 on exclusive leads. So that gets me 5 good leads. And then I'll have 600 in Coupon Club, which is 20 leads, right? Yeah, 20. So then I'll get 25 leads instead of just 11. An investor lift, when you go into a new market, is there a way you can put in the city and see how many buyers there are? Yes, there is. That I can do for you guys. I can show you what I mean. Let me pick a random address though before I pull it up. Okay. Where did it go? All right, let me share my screen to you guys. All right, you guys able to see this? Jonte. So I can just go boom. And I always like to do 3-mile radius. So right here it shows buy and hold. So let's see how many buy and hold guys we have on here. It's thinking. Look at that. 2,200 unique buyers in a 3-mile radius. It's in Tacoma. What about flips? It also show you the average purchase price. 892 flippers. So this is a good lead. If it was a lead, but it's not. It's actually one of the comps. Jonte, were you able to see that? Did that help? Oh, I wonder, is Lucy on here? Maybe, maybe not. By the way, if you guys are in LA and you're looking for a property manager, Lucy owns a property management company. She's absolutely amazing. You should definitely give her a try. I'm going to text her right now and let her know. Sweet. What do you call it? I was going to say, I will go live, guys, again. That's something that I definitely want to do. I will be going live every day as soon as this 12 days of Christmas or 12 days to start wholesaling is done. The last 2 days, so that would be Thursday and Friday of next week. Those are action days. By the way, I just want to see, like, on here, like, how many of you folks will hop on those 2 days to go live and make some calls. I just kind of want to see how many folks would like to take action with me. Then while I'm waiting for that, I just want to say as well, on Saturday, we will be doing comping party. I will have a special guest. She will do the comping. She will show you how she comps and how they're able to move the deals. This was a game changer for me and my team when we joined the Titanium family, because one thing we've always said is that there's always a buyer for every deal. It's just a matter of how do you get in front of that right buyer and who is the right buyer. Like, we never knew that before. And so the profit calculator that Titanium offered opened our eyes on that. It shows, like, hey, here's the equity, here's the rental return, and so forth and so forth. Now you know exactly where the buyer makes their money. So now I can market it the right way, so that way the right person will see it and increases the chance of us dispoing the deal. Let's see here. All right, you guys want me to call some of these buyers? Actually, I do want to, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to call the buyers, and just don't murder me, guys. All right. I haven't done dispo in a while, so I'm going to suck at it. I'll tell you that much. Let's take a look. Before I do that, I just want to make sure I have all the info that I need about the deal. All right. Got it. All right. Let's see, how long ago did I text this? Do not disturb.
The subscriber you have dialed is not in service.
Well, that's the reason why. So that one's not good. Where are these guys? Oh man, are these guys all wrong numbers or what? Oh, nice. Dang. I didn't know Tom included these guys on there.
Hello?
Hey, Miss, is this Aaron?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Aaron, good afternoon. My name is Caesar. I just sent you a text message about half an hour ago about a property that we actually just picked up that we're looking at sign. Are you by any chance still buying properties out in Quanah, Texas?
No, I'm not.
You're not?
I saw that property. It was $6,000 or something like that.
It's 9,000 is the asking price. Yep.
Where is Quanah? What's it close to?
Yeah, that's a great question, man. My guy just locked it up the other day, and it's one of those rural areas. So let me look it up real fast. 1 second, man. I had it up earlier, and then somehow I deleted it. By the way, let's kind of look at the notes here. Are you an investor yourself, or are you a realtor as well?
I'm a realtor and an investor.
Oh, wonderful. Great. What parts of Texas?
I've got property all over the place, but Quanah, if I remember, Quanah's up by Amarillo.
It's right by
Outside
Amarillo.
of Amarillo.
Yep.
Yeah, well, how far? How far from Amarillo?
It's southeast of it. It's pretty close to Wichita Falls.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's like right in the almost midpoint. No, but actually closer to Wichita Falls. Hello?
Yep. Yes, I'm listening.
Oh, yeah. So, sorry, you're cutting in and out.
I only saw the one picture on that property. That was the outside.
That was the outside. Yep.
So
if you look,
not-
I'm sorry.
Do you have any other pictures of it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So if you click on that link, that's actually the investor lift link. So if you click on that, all the information you need from how much, bed bat count, everything. Sounds like you're driving. Are you driving right now?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Well, I just want to make sure you're safe because you're in and out. Is there a better time for us to chat? I mean, I can tell you all the information about it.
Yeah, I guess. I'm going to be pretty busy for the rest of the day, so
I know.
I'll catch up with you tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, no problem. And I'll go ahead and send you my Google Doc dispo sheet on it. So it's a little bit easier. You don't have to sign up for anything. But if you click on the address, it'll show you, it'll take you to the Google Drive that has all the pictures.
Sounds great. Thank you.
All right, brother. Bye-bye. Dude, I sucked on that one. How did I let that guy go? Especially after the call we had with RJ. I definitely wasn't aggressive enough there. I was an order taker there. Jeez, I hate that. Have you ever bought a lead from Coupon Club that came from SEO, Google Ads, or like Facebook? Have you ever had any pushback from a seller after asking them you had entered your information on my website? I've had some people ask, like, what website? And so the answer to that is I've got multiple ads out there going on Facebook, all over the web. You entered it on one of them. Are you looking to sell? Some people will get a little bit testy because they've been getting so many phone calls. And at the end of the day, you can just throw it back at them. You'd be like, yo, Andrew, like, I completely understand why you're upset. You're probably getting a buttload of phone calls, right? Yeah, well, look, man, all I'm doing is I'm just looking to buy a property. If you're looking to sell, I'm a real buyer. Let's talk. If you're not willing to sell, if you're not looking to sell, let me know. I'll take you off my list. Like, I don't want to bother you if you're not looking to sell, right? You do that pull away, and then I'll be like, wait, yeah, I'll talk. I'm looking to sell. I know before I used to think about that as well, like, oh, like what website or who did you talk to? All of that is just mess in our head where like it really doesn't matter, right? So that's how I overcome that now. Just like, hey, Andrew, I've got ads on Facebook, Google, all over the place, all over the web. You entered it in one of them. I don't know exactly which one. At the end of the day, I'm an actual buyer. I'm a real buyer. I'm looking to buy. If you're looking to sell, let's chat. If not, no problem, man. I'll take you off my list. I don't want to bother you. And then usually they'll just come down. Yeah, Jesse. Absolutely. Jesse, RJ would have told him to pull over. Dude, I know. That's what was going in my mind. I'm like, oh, I was such a little bee, you know? Oh my gosh. Oh, Andrew, another one that can come up, like I don't know if you've heard of Brandon. Brandon would hop on the calls from time to time. He hasn't been on for like the last couple of weeks, but he also has his own channel and we collab a lot. Like some people would be like, oh, well, what's your website? Or what company are you part of? Or whatever, right? Just trying to gain like credibility. What I've heard Brandon say multiple times, and I haven't had one person get turned off by it, right? Brandon's like, Andrew, it's just me and my wife, man. We're investors. We're looking to buy a property so we can leave some behind for our kids. If you're looking to sell, I'm looking to buy. If you're not, I've got other people that I can call that's looking to sell their house. So that just like takes away everything as far as your credibility, what website you have. Because even if you have a website, like, what does it actually do? Does it do anything? They're going to look at it. Like a lot of people that are scamming, a lot of scammers out there, guess what? Guess what they have? They have a website to look legit. So a website really going to do anything? So hopefully that helped. Just wanted to bring that up because I know you guys are going to come across that. Let's see. Who is next? Oh, you know who might want to? I just realized J-Dub might want to. I'm gonna call JW right now. See what he says. Where is JW?
What's up, Caesar?
J-Dub, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm wonderful. I just got a lot on my brain. Got a lot going on.
All right. Well, hopefully you can help me out here, man, because I am not good at dispo. No, I'm just joking. You're on live, by the way. You're on speakerphone.
Awesome.
So you're in Amarillo, right?
That's right.
You know Quanah, Texas?
I know Quanah. Yes.
Do you like Quanah? Do you buy it in Quanah?
Yeah. No, not really.
What do you?
I think I know this property. Quanah is about 2 hours from me, maybe 3. Super small, no commerce. There's just not a lot going for it. So that's what I know about Quanah. I think possibly I've talked to this lady. I don't get a ton of stuff out of Quanah. So anyway.
Well, good news.
I talked to the lady a year ago or so.
Good news is we're talking to 2 different sellers, baby, because this one is a dude.
Okay, there you go. Well, it is different.
How much? How much?
Land with it, or is it just a house?
It's a house. It's a house. I forgot what the square footage of the land. Let me look it up.
No, so it's in town. I guess that was my question.
Oh yeah.
If it would have been out on some acreage,
no,
maybe.
No. But it is a 3-bed, 1.5 bath. Is it just curious, is it Hispanic community out there or no?
No, not necessarily. Yeah, it's just a bunch of farmers. It's just a little farm town. Like there's just nothing going for it. Like there is nothing around there. It's just farmers and guys that work for farmers. Childress is the next town that would have any sizable commerce, and it's 30 to 45 minutes away, and it's a really small town as well. I think the population of Quanah is probably less than 5,000 if I had to guess.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking small. It's pretty small. Yeah. It's just I got it in a really good price, so there's always a buyer for it.
What year model is it? When was the house built?
1952.
Okay, so and does it need a bunch?
It's full rehab.
How long has it been vacant?
I believe like 9 months, so less than a year.
Okay, so utilities are off, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's gonna need everything, roof.
Yep.
I mean, just everything on the inside. I'm sure the roof
has a hole in it. So yeah,
okay.
It's pretty much like a full gut.
So, I mean, if he's giving it to you, then maybe I'll pay you an assignment fee on it.
If you want it.
He's almost just going to have to give it to you for it to even make sense. And then I'm not sure if it makes sense, even if he's giving you the property.
Really? It's that bad, huh?
Well, I mean, from what you're telling me, 1,300 square feet is going to be a challenge to get people out there, to do the work. It's probably a $50,000 rehab, if not, I'll say between 50 to 70.
Yep, I clocked it in. I clocked it in at 60. You're right.
Okay, and then I mean, the house might be worth $100,000 on the very best day of the year in Quanah.
Yep. I mean, I found a couple of comps at 140, but it was double the size though. So yeah. So that's the point that I'm saying. You're absolutely right. I'm agreeing with you.
This is a wood frame house and not a brick house, correct?
That is 100% true.
Yeah,
Well, let me double check before I say that.
it is.
It is
I know
wood frame.
It is.
Yep, it is wood frame.
Yep. Sorry, my friend.
Not it, huh?
No, sir.
Well, you just took the winds out of my sail, and everyone's probably laughing,
Sorry.
watching. No, that's totally cool. I'm actually glad I
Everybody
talked to you.
knows.
No, I'm glad that I talked to you because then now I know how to talk to other buyers that I'm going to come across with. But the good news is I did look at some of the comps that I found on there. Looked like they were renovated. So I'm just going to call the real, I'm going to skip trace it, call the owners and or the realtor and just see if one of them would want to buy this one up, because I got it
Yeah.
pretty low.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So now you know, not that I'm the best buyer there is, but I'm just so you know, I'm driving in my truck. I'm not looking at a computer. I don't even know the address you're talking about. So that's how you know when the buyer knows the area.
Exactly. That's great, man. I will definitely look into this and make some calls. But you prepared me for all my other calls, so that's good.
Okay, good deal. Talk to you later.
Thanks, buddy. Bye-bye. J-Dub is the man, and he's out of Amarillo. He knows almost every freaking neighborhoods out there. Not almost every neighborhood out there. Andrew, what is this? Oh, no, you already answered that question. Jonte, got a lady who had a company send her a direct mail check, but the price they offered her is way too high. Should I keep following up with her and just move on? What do you mean? They just got a direct mail, right? So they made an offer, but has she talked to them? And if that offer is good, why hasn't she taken it? And if you know it's too high, then you also know that it's most likely gonna not make it to the finish line, right? It's most likely not going to close. So yeah, it'd be great for you to follow up with her, empathize with her, educate her, right? Educate her on where you need to be and why. And we just had this during our implementation call in Titanium. So RJ does call reviews where the students in Titanium can submit their call and he'll review it. And so one of the things that I mentioned earlier was that it is very important to, how can I say this? I'm sure you guys have heard me make a lot of calls, and a lot of times I don't say what I'm offering right away. I always tell them like, hey, here's how I'm looking at it, right? I'm looking at it as after I fix this place, I can probably sell it for like $350. Would you agree? Yeah, I get an agreement, right? And then based on what you said, it's going to cost me X amount. At that point, yes, they can disagree on it, and I actually want to hear them agree or disagree with me, and then we can kind of have a go back and forth. And then I literally just go down the list, right? Here's how much I can sell it for. Here's how much it's going to cost me so that I can sell it at that much. And then on top of that, I have to look at my closing costs and my carrying cost. So I do all of that, guys, because I want to open the mind. One thing that I've realized is that when I go ahead, like if they're coming in at 290 and I have to be at 210, if I come in and go 210 is the most I can do, it shuts the mind. You're so far off, right? And so when the mind is closed, anything that you say after that, it's going to go in one ear, out the other. So being in sales for many years, one thing I've learned is you have to open the mind. Once you open the mind, then you can dance. That's what I like to say. You can dance in their mind, right? You can do a lot of things. They will listen because the mind is open. But once the mind is shut, doesn't matter what you do, the mind is shut. So the point that I'm trying to say is that's one of the main reasons why I absolutely love the RJ's closers formula, because he goes off by rattling off the numbers, right? Like, hey, it's how much it's going to cost me. This is how much I can sell it for. Here are the other costs that I have to look into. Da da da. Based on that, I'm gonna need some profit, right? I'm not trying to get rich off one deal, but I gotta keep the lights on and pay the staff. Yeah, okay. Well, in my business model, it's dollar in, dollar out. So if I put in $30,000 in rehab, I'm looking for $30,000 in profit, right? If it's not a dollar per dollar, you could say, hey, look, I'm always looking for dollar per dollar, but this one, the margin's pretty tight. So I'm okay with, I don't know, 20% profit, whatever. However you want to frame it. But the point is, you let them know that you get an agreement that, you're being fair, that you're not trying to get rich off one deal. And then that's when you go, I'm going to need to be in the low twos instead of saying 210. Give them a range. So I kind of went off track there, guys, but hopefully that helped. And Jonte, I know that's completely different from what you were asking. But yes, I would definitely continue to follow up. Tom's been calling, so let me see what he wants. I might have to put you guys on mute for a sec. Let's see.
Yeah, what I do.
Hey, Tom, just FYI, you're on live and you're on speakerphone. I was just calling you back, bro. I saw a couple of missed calls from you.
Yeah, I was calling about Mandy. I talked to her. A really weird situation, bro.
Okay.
So she wants us to talk to her uncle to let him know that she's selling because she doesn't want to talk to him.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, well, maybe we can do that, but odds are it's going to have to come from you, and then we might need to do something else, like basically stating that he's going to have to leave in X amount of time and all that stuff. So I talked to my buyer, and like from the buyer's perspective, they need to know if the mobile home's going to be there or not, and we can't answer that. So, man, I don't know where to go from here, man. Like, you can't just sell a property and not tell somebody that's living on it.
Okay, so then I would ask the buyer, okay, so if it's there, what happens? And if it's not there, what happens?
Well, I told him just plan on it not being there. Give me a fucking number. The good thing is the same buyers we've dealt with, before. So
he should know the situation. So Tom, just ask him what's your game plan if it's there, and what's your game plan if it's not. Let's make a deal here.
Yeah, so I'm waiting on a number back from him, but that's the problem. Is like Sukin is in India. And then she's talking to the buyer here. Like, I'm not in direct contact.
Oh, you're not in direct contact? Yeah, because it's Sukin, right? Right, I forgot. But then just ask Sukin. Be like, Sukin, come back to me with a number if it's there. Come back to me with a number if it's not there.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they know the situation because they had to evict the other guy when they bought the other property.
Yeah, I think they let him stay, though.
Okay. So in this case, hey, man, if that guy wants to stay, you guys can rent it out to him.
Yeah, but my point is like,
I understand.
She's wanting us to tell the uncle.
I know. So then we charge her for that. I understand your point, but the point is we have what we have. It is what it is. So what do we do to move it forward? You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would just tell Sukin, like, look, here's the situation. I want to get this deal done. Your buyer obviously bought the other one. Pretty sure he wants to extend the land. You guys could have the other one. So here's all the possible scenarios. Comes with it, comes without it, comes with it, and him being a tenant. Those are your exit strategies. What are we doing? You get what I mean? Like, lay it out and make it their problem. Why is it our problem?
The buyer's not making it our problem. The seller is. So I'm trying to tell you.
Well, the seller is selling it the way she wants to sell it. And I'm saying, I think we're making it a problem for us when it doesn't have to be.
That's what I'm saying. We need to put it back on Mandy.
Yeah, we can put it back on Mandy, or we could be like, yo, you want 15 because of all this shit that we have to do, I can only do 5. And get a $10,000 price drop on it. You know what I mean? I don't think it needs to be on Mandy until this buyer says, bro, I don't want to deal with that shit anymore. I want the seller to take care of it, and then I'll pay this much. Okay, great. Then now we have a strategy. If the buyer comes back, I'll handle all the headaches, but I need a pretty big discount. Okay, fine. So tell me what it is, and then we have a strategy. At the end of the day, we don't, you get what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, we're both on the same page. You're trying to explain to me like where we're at. That's all I'm waiting on is the buyer to come back and say, I'll take it for this price. But Mandy's she's got to fucking sack up and have a conversation. Like, that's like, I don't know. I don't know. It just seems very strange to me. Like, why would you try and sell a property that someone's living on and not tell them that you're selling the property? Like, it's one thing if it's like an apartment complex where like these things happen, but the exit strategy here isn't going to be like uncle just gets to say and the property changes hands. You know what I mean?
Dude, what you just said though, haven't we sold properties that have tenants in there and the landlord never told the tenant until everything's done?
Yeah, but think about this case where there might be a mobile home that's there or not there. Like, we have no information. Like, she's expecting.
Well, we do have information. The information is it's not real property because there's no record of it, bill of sale or anything like that for that mobile home. So it's almost the same thing as saying sight is seen, right?
If you're going to buy a property for an investment and you're trying to figure out how you're going to make money on it, and you're not sure if there's going to be a mobile home there or not, like, that's a big difference. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like the guy either needs to figure out if he's going to have to go buy a mobile home, which is greatly going to affect whether, what price he buys it at or not.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then, Mr. Buyer, assume that there's no mobile home there. How much do you want it for?
That's what I told him. So
so then let's wait for it, and then let's see what we can do.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the buyer side. They're going to get me a number one way or another. But my point is, like, I don't know, maybe because we did her transaction before, like, we set a precedent that we probably shouldn't have.
That we'll do it again.
Yeah, we took care of a bunch of shit for her to get the deal done because we were making good money on it. And now we're going to have to do a bunch of shit on this one too. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, let's get the number back first. She's negotiable anyway. And I know how much she spent on the other one. So as long as we can cover that and then some, a little bit some, like, she'll be happy.
All right.
The point that I'm saying is as long as we get a number from the buyer, we should be good.
Yeah, I'll get a number from the buyer. I'm not worried about that. But, like, honestly, like, I'm gonna put it up on Investor Lift, but I probably don't fucking need to. Like, they're probably just gonna come in and buy it.
Yep.
So I'm not worried about the buyer side. I'm just worried about.
Dude, have you put it up on Investor Lift yet?
I am right now.
Yeah, I definitely would, because I want that buyer to see it.
Yeah, I'm putting it up right now. But that's the other thing is, it's like, fucking information do I or don't I put on there? Like, we're marketing it as land, and if someone goes to see it, they're gonna be like, okay, there's a fucking mobile home here. And some angry old guy that doesn't want to leave. Like, it's an odd situation.
Yeah, it is. But that's why we get paid.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out and we'll provide a solution. Go.
All right, man.
All right, dude. Later.
Bye.
Bash 305, cash for keys. Absolutely. That's what the buyer was going to do with the other tenant. But I guess they ended up keeping it. So they ended up keeping the tenant. So yeah, so this was a lady that we wholesaled her inherited property 2 months ago. And the other part of it, her uncle was living in. And so she didn't want to sell that. She's like, guys, I'm only selling that one part. I don't want anything to be done to my uncle. I want him to stay there. And then I guess he's been bad mouthing her. Or there's been some problems where she's like, screw it. I don't want to deal with this side of the family anymore. I don't want my name attached to any of these lands. So I just want to get rid of it. So to Tom's point of view, yes, absolutely. But at the end of the day, like, here's a situation. Let's figure it out. I know it's tough, but not every deal is going to be freaking roses, you know? So just know that it's one of those hairy deals that you got to come up with a solution. So you want to get paid on it, deal with it. It's what we signed up for. Maybe I sounded a little tough there, but it's my sales side that's coming out when I deal with these things. Let's see. All right, guys. I think I've been on for a couple of hours now. I'd love to stay on, but my allergies are just killing me here. So tomorrow I'll have Tom. We'll look into our dispo side of things, share with you guys some of our best practices, what we do, how we use Investor Lift, how to move fast, how to get price drops, pretty much everything on the dispo side. So you guys get to see that. And then once again on Saturday, I will do comping party with a special guest. And then on Sunday's more about creating a business plan. Anyone that's on, feel free to hop on that day too. I'd love to see how you guys create a business plan or how you're looking at it, what you want to accomplish. Maybe we can build something together. Once again, just trying to provide value and help you guys out on the next steps. So other than that, guys, feel free to smash that like button if today added value. Sorry, I just saw a text and an email come across the screen. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And most importantly, leave your biggest takeaway in the comments below. Also, if you have any questions or any feedback, I am here. I'm open-minded, and I just want to grow as much as you guys. I want us to grow together and inspire each other. All right, guys, have a good one, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the same time, so that will be 11 a.m. Pacific time, and we'll be talking about dispo. All right, guys, have a good one. Peace.